for a 5 cup of coffee, aka your favorite bartender, and welcome to the Coffee Bar, where we do reviews of shows, movies, and everything else. Thank y'all for joining me today, and today we are going to be making a rose water for the drink, and we are going to be reviewing the movie The Old Guard, just dropped by Netflix. So let's go ahead and get the drink started, that way we can go ahead and sip on that while we do the review, okay? So we got our shakers here, and a glass. We're gonna go ahead and let our ice chill in our glass real quick here. Cute ice. Go ahead and get us some ice in one of our shakers. Alright. Now we got that done, we're gonna go ahead and add our liquor. Now the liquor we're going to be using today is whiskey. Just 1 ounce of whiskey. And then we're going to add 1 ounce of Bacardi Gold. And then lastly, we're going to add a little bit of brandy. Now, Parmesan will do just fine, but any type of brandy will do. All right, and then for our mixer today, we're going to be using sweet and sour mixer. There we go. Get on in there. Get our strainer, because we already got some ice. Give it a nice golden color. And lastly, we're gonna add a little bit of pomegranate. And this comes actually from the movie RoseWater, and pomegranate are mentioned in The Old Guard. So that's where I got the idea from. I'm gonna pour that right over the top there. And give it a nice rosy color. And there you have your rose water. Now if you want to, you can mix it. If not, you don't have to. But because I do have the bar spoon, I'm gonna make use of it. Very strong, very nice drink. I love it. It's really good. Strong like our main character, Andy. Now, in The Old Guard, this is actually based on a comic book. Believe it or not, it's from Image Comics, so check that out if you haven't already. It's called The Old Guard as well. It's starring Charlize Theron. Now, if you don't know who Charlize Theron is, she's a very good actress. She's played in Monster, where she was awesome in. She's played in Atomic Blonde. She's played in Hancock, The Italian Job, and here more recently, she played in The Fate of the Furious, and also she will be in the Fast 9 with John Cena as well, added to that group. So basically, she leads this group of immortal soldiers, and these immortal soldiers are Joe, Boomer, and Nikki. They all follow under her, and basically they've been helping mankind out throughout history. They're hired by this guy Copley, who is actually played by Ejiorfor, and I do apologize about if I mispronounced his name, but he's my guy from Four Brothers. He's actually Victor Sweet. He also played in 12 Years a Slave, and then also here more recently he played in Doctor Strange, and he'll be in the new Doctor Strange movie as well. So he's an XCI agent who actually hires Andy and her crew. And what ends up happening is it kind of goes a little sideways, and it gives him the information he needs to expose them. So Andy and her group actually try to prevent him from exposing them. They're trying to find him so they can prevent the exposure. Meanwhile, we have another immortal actually rising up. She's a Marine. Her name is Nile, and she's actually played by KiKi Layne, and KiKi Layne is from If Bill Street Could Talk. So she's actually really good in that movie. If you've never seen that, please check it out. She actually is awesome in this movie as well. She's actually a Marine who was actually killed in action, or so they think. And now that she's alive, she's actually threatening to expose the Old Guard as well. So the Old Guard has to go find her while preventing Copley from actually going ahead and exposing them. Now, it sounds like it's a lot going on, but as a matter of fact, honestly and truly, this is a very well-paced movie for me. It has a lot of action, but one of the best things that I do love about it is it does have nice, timely character development. The exposition, there isn't much, and when there is exposition, a lot of the times they actually are showing you what's going on. So it's actually pretty decent there. Now, the character arcs are wonderful in this movie, especially Niall and Andy. Andy is experiencing a lot of trying to find her purpose, losing faith in mankind, and they have that going on while Niall is actually going through acceptance and kind of trying to find her way in the world now that she has these new powers. Now, the cool thing about this immortality in this movie is it kind of takes a back seat because you really don't know. Small spoiler warning here, you really don't know when the immortality will stop. So each time, you know, they do feel pain, and each time, unlike my boy Deadpool here, they're not for sure if they're gonna heal or anything like that. So it makes it a little bit more compounded, and I love that complexity in the movie. I love the music in the movie. It definitely conveys what you're supposed to be feeling or what the character is feeling at the time. I love the soundtrack for the movie as well. The only thing I gotta say that I gotta take points off on, to me personally, is the villain. I really wasn't feeling the villain that much. He was okay, but he was basically big business, and he basically said he wanted to help mankind, but really all he wanted was the money. So he just wants to make a profit. He wants to prevent his competitors from getting them, and he doesn't care what he does or who he hurts in between. So it's just we've all seen that before. We've seen it in Anaconda 2. We've seen it in Venom, the big bad there. Same thing, but I just didn't find him too fleshed out, I'll say. Just that's a nitpick for me. Everything else, though, I absolutely love. Now, for my rating, I gotta say, is a 7.5, 8 cups of coffee out of 10. I know this is my first review, but I definitely gotta rate this one pretty high. It definitely has rewatch value. I've watched it several times before doing the review, and never not one time was I bored or anything like that. So I definitely recommend that you go ahead and check it out if you haven't already. Please leave down in the comments what you liked, what you didn't like, anything that I may have missed out on, or anything that you may have disagreed on. Also, let me know what you liked, what you didn't like about the video. That way I can ever improve on this. Please subscribe, like, share with friends, hit that notification button down there. That way you'll know when the next video is coming up. And remember, drink more coffee, and thanks for visiting the Coffee Bar. Peace out.